Hi, in this lecture we are going to discuss about the functions and data structures. We already discussed about functions, but still we need to know some more things related to functions in Python which are related to the data structures whatever we discuss now, like tuple and dictionaries. So the agenda of this lecture will be, first we will discuss about unpacking in Python, how it is done, and little more about range function, and then the power of the assignment operator, and then arbitrary positional arguments. Actually we have seen how we can give one argument, two argument, or even 5 or 6 positional arguments, how we can give, we have already discussed, but still more how it can be arbitrary. If you consider the print function, it is not taking fixed number, right? Based on the place where we use, it takes arbitrary number of arguments. So how it is possible to give arbitrary number of arguments, we are going to discuss for positional arguments as well as for keyword arguments. So when we discuss about unpacking in Python, this is like they are like assignments. Okay, so first consider this assignment. This is a normal assignment where we assign to a variable spam. Okay, this is a string spam we assign to the variable spam, and when you consider here spam ham is equal to comma, right? These two are strings. When they have put within quotes, we know that these two are strings and they are assigned to two variables, right? And this comes under tuple assignments, right? So how do we say this is tuple assignment? Is whatever you put within or just separated by commas, they will become tuples, right? So we can verify that here on the terminal, right? So I will say like a is equal to 1 comma 2, and I print a, you will see that it is printed as a tuple. Okay, so I can also see like a b is equal to 1 comma 2, right? So you can see that this is what is here, right? I can assign multiple values like this. When we do like that, that is called as tuple assignment in Python. Similarly, you can do list assignment also. So how we can do list assignment is we can put within list. Okay, these are list of variables to which we assign the list of values. Then the corresponding value will be assigned for the corresponding variable. First variable will get the first value, second variable will get the second value, and so on. Similarly, you can because we know that these strings, list, tuples, everything are sequences, we can also assign like this. See, I am assigning a string to 4 characters like this. Okay, A, B, C, D is spam. Then what will happen is correspondingly A will be assigned S, B will be assigned P, and so on. I can also do like this, A comma star B. So when you look at the previous assignment, the number of characters and the number of variables are same, right? So the corresponding values will be assigned for the variables. But when you look at the second one, here we have got only 2 arguments, A and B, but there are 4 characters. So when we want to unpack it, actually this is called as unpacking. Whatever happened here in the above statements are like unpacking, right? So here when I want to unpack, I have got less number of variables when you compare to the number of characters. So what we are doing is we are putting just a star before one of the variable, so it becomes like it can hold a sequence. So when I put a star before a variable name, then it can hold a sequence and that will be a tuple, right? So when I try to say a comma star b is equal to ham, let us check on the terminal. So when I am going to say a comma star b is equal to spam, what will happen is the first character A will have the first character and B will contain the rest of the things, right? And it is a list here, right? So it will be a sequence and it is a list here in this case when we try to assign. And also we can do multiple target assignments as it is possible in many languages. We can say that spam equal to ham equal to lunch. So the associativity of assignment operators from right to left. So first of all, ham will be assigned the value of lunch, and then spam will be assigned the value of ham, which is lunch. So both these variables spam and ham will have lunch. Next, we are going to discuss about range. We are already familiar with range. Range is a function which generates a sequence. We know that. But it is also possible to assign to multiple variables like this. So when I say range 1, 4, we know that 3 values will be generated, 1, 2, 3. And when we assign to 3 variables, the corresponding values will be assigned for the variables in sequence. So A will be having a value of 1, B will be having a value of 2, and C will be having a value of 3. We can see that. And one more thing, very important and interesting thing in Python is assignment is more powerful when you compare to other languages. So when I want to swap two values A and B, if A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10, I can merely say A comma B is equal to B comma A. Generally what we do is either we use a temporary variable or we may be using like a combination of arithmetic operators like plus minus and then star division for swapping the values. But it is very simple in Python that we can say A comma B is equal to B comma A. It will get swapped. We can check it on the terminal. So A can be anything. So I am just going to say A is equal to apple and B is equal to ball. I can say like this. Then A comma B is equal to B comma A. When I say like this, both the values will be swapped. So if I print B, I will get apple, and if I print A, I will get ball. Okay. So a very interesting phenomenon present in Python. Yeah. Okay. So the next one what we are going to discuss is about arbitrary positional arguments. So what is meant by arbitrary is, as we have seen, we know that you can have multiple arguments. Generally, how do we give multiple arguments is, for example, I can say function f, I will say like A comma B. Okay. Now we have got two arguments A and B, and I can say like print A, or I can do some manipulations with A. Based on the data type what I am sending, I can do any manipulations with A and B, right? That already we know. But the point here is, when we are using the print function, we know that we can print A is equal to, right? I can say like this. Okay. Similarly, the same print I can use without any arguments also, and print we can use with only one argument also, or I can say like, I will say A is equal to, then I will say the value of A is getting printed, B is equal to, then B is getting printed, and so on, right? So it is possible. You can see when you look at the print usage, here you can see that I am passing two arguments, here no argument, here 1 and here 4. How it is possible? How it is possible to have multiple arguments? That is the thing. Okay, so that is what is arbitrary positional arguments. We can also have arbitrary positional arguments, number of arguments in our user defined functions. How we can do is, we have to, now only we saw in the unpacking concept that when you put a star before a variable name, then it becomes a capability to store a sequence. Instead of storing a single value, it gets the capability to store a sequence, right? So when you have got multiple, you do not know how many positional arguments will come, you are ready to accept a number of positional arguments, means then you have to put a star before the argument name. So consider this function def f of star args. Okay, args is the variable name, I have put a star before it. So args can hold sequences. So when I can also print args, actually it will come as tuple, right? So when you are going to look at this, you can see, I will just copy this function, yeah, and I can call f, right? I can call f. You will see that because no argument is being passed, you will get empty tuple to be printed. The same function f can be called with one argument also. then you see that a tuple with one value gets printed. I can call the same function f with 2 arguments or with 5, any number of arguments we can pass it to the function because it has got the capability. It is able to accept arbitrary number of arguments, and you can see that it is a tuple. So when I want to access the value one by one, I can use the indexing concept. I can use of 0, 1 and so on. So args of 0 will give me the first value passed by the user. Args of 1 will give me the second value passed by the user and so on. So when I am going to have another one thing is, I can also have one positional argument name. What is the difference between the previous function and this one is, here all are captured by this one single variable which is accepting a sequence, right? But whereas if you see here, I am having one positional argument and then followed by a sequence variable, right? So when I have to call this function, I have to pass at least one argument, whereas in the previous function we saw that we can call it with 0 argument. Here it is not possible because we have given one explicit positional argument a, so we should pass at least one value for this, right? So let me try this and show it on the terminal for you. So when I am going to have this function, when I am trying to call this with 0 arguments, I will get a error. You can see that missing one positional argument a, because here a is explicitly given and then a sequence for getting the variables, right? Now I am trying to call with one argument. A takes the value of 1 and args is a sequence which becomes a empty tuple. When I try to call it with 2 values, you will see that a takes the value of 1 and the args, which is a sequence variable, will take one tuple of length 1 and so on. Next, what we are going to discuss is about, this is about positional arguments, and next what we are going to discuss is about arbitrary number of keyword arguments. How it is possible to give arbitrary number of keyword arguments. Then in the function we have to use 2 stars. So 1 star if we use means that is arbitrary, it will have a sequence which can hold a tuple, okay. So you can pass any number of arguments that will be put inside the tuple and pass to that. But when I put a double star, then it will understand that there will be arbitrary number of keyword arguments, and those keyword arguments will be collected in a dictionary and then it will be passed. That is how it is being done in Python. So when I am going to have a function like this, def of f and a double star, here it is going to be a dictionary. This function can accept a dictionary, right? So let us try this. When I am going to call it with no arguments, then what happens is you will see a empty dictionary is getting printed, and now I am going to call it with one argument. You can see that a dictionary with one element a is equal to 1 gets printed. You can also try with multiple arguments like b is equal to 2. You can do whatever you want, c is equal to 3 and so on. You will see that a dictionary with 3 elements is getting prepared when we pass 3 keyword arguments. And also you can have mixed type like this. So what we can see here is, this is a mandatory positional argument, this is a group of positional arguments, any number can be passed, and this is a dictionary. So any number of arbitrary number of keyword arguments can be passed, and I am going to print each of them, print a and then args, k args, right? So what you can see is, when I pass 1, 2, 3, what will happen? A will be assigned the value of 1, and this p args will collect this remaining positional arguments as a tuple. So this p args will be a tuple with 2 values, 2 and 3, and this k-args will be a dictionary with two values x and y and the corresponding values. So you will see that the output will be like this. Next, what we are discussing is how to unpack the individual elements. See, we can print it like a dictionary and tuple and so on. When you want to specifically print the value for p-args, you will say like p-args of 0, p-args of 1, like that. Using indexing concept you can retrieve. When you have got arbitrary number of keyword arguments, then you have to use the corresponding keys to retrieve. See, in some cases we may not know the keys, then we have got the built-in function keys. You can generate the keys out of it and then check it, right? So we will check this on the terminal, these two functions. So you can see what happens is when I pass 1, the first value will be 1, a will be 1, and p-args will be a tuple with two values 2 and 3, and then k-args will be a dictionary with the remaining two keyword arguments, right? And we are asking to print everything on the same line, so it is getting printed. Now let us check this function. Okay. So when I am trying to call the function with these arguments, you will see that a will have the value of 1, p-args will have the value of 2, and then this k-args will have the value of the keyword arguments. All the three will be there in the dictionary, and we can print one by one in a single line. That's what we have done. And also, when you do not know the number of arguments, suppose I do not know how many are going to come, then what I can do is I can simply say print a, right? And then I can say like for x in p-args. Okay, p-arg is a tuple, so I can traverse like this, print x, I will say like this, and then what you can do is I will say like d is equal to k-args, because it's a dictionary, k-args dot keys. I can get it as a list, convert it into a list because it will return a generic sequence, and then I can say for d1 in d. D is a list of keys. Okay, I can say print k-args of d1. Fine. Yeah. So I can call the function. You will see that it is printing the individual elements. So when we do not know how many elements are there, we can do like this. A tuple, we can just take element by element by using this. When in the dictionary, what you can do is you can retrieve the keys using the keys function, and then take the values one by one by accessing the dictionary with the key and this square bracket, right? So what we have seen in this lecture is we have seen about how unpacking is done in Python, right? And then we have seen about how range function is helpful, and how exchange of values, how it is simple in Python to do swapping between two values. It's not only strings or integer, any value can be swapped very easily by just saying a comma b is equal to b comma a. If you want to swap two variables a and b, then you can simply say like that. That is very easy in Python. And also we were discussing about how arbitrary positional arguments are being passed. It will be passed as tuple. So you can define your own function also, like print. Already we have got the built-in print function which takes any number of arguments. You can pass n number of arguments based on your requirement. The function will still do properly. Similarly, you can have your own functions also with arbitrary number of arguments, positional as well as keyword. According to your necessity you can do. So how positional arguments will be treated as? It will be treated as a tuple, and arbitrary keyword arguments will be maintained as a dictionary. That's what we have discussed, and you can practice and see more about this. Thank you.